says in John's Gospel, chapter 14, believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. Straight away he says, God is a big God. The mansion has many rooms. This reminds me in our Christian scriptures, the Old and New Testaments, we have two incarnations of God, two ways of God being made visible. The first one is in creation. God makes himself visible in everything that is around us. St. Paul in Colossians chapter 1 says it in this way, in him all things hold together, things visible and invisible, things in heaven and things on earth. In that chapter, Paul underlines this incarnation of God in all creation. The first two chapters of Genesis speak of the colour, the vibrancy, the harmony of God being made known in all of creation. Pulitzer Prize-winning poet Mary Oliver puts it this way: it is not hard to understand where God's body is. It's everywhere and everything. The second incarnation which the scriptures describe for us is Jesus, born in Bethlehem. This second incarnation is particular. It's located in one human being. And in Jesus we have a demonstration of how to connect with the first incarnation. In our first chapter of John's Gospel, John writes, "And he came and lived among us, and the Word was made flesh." In being made flesh, in owning the humanity, in living simply what was right in front of him, Jesus shows us the way, the pattern, to find this God who is revealed in all things. So 3 really simple practices that I'm doing to help me make flesh in my life, to help me connect with this first incarnation. The first practice is when I'm gardening each day, when I'm pulling the weeds, is to treat it as something to be enjoyed, not as a chore, to really feel the physicality of pulling the weeds, of looking after the flower beds which have previously been a little bit neglected. My second practice is to say during each day 3 times a smiling "I don't know." This helps to weave in to the fabric of my being a humility. And then the third practice is to grace everything I eat or drink with a word of thanks. Keep it really simple, but make it a habit. As we allow ourselves to be made flesh, as we connect with what is right in front of us, something happens in our hearts which enables us to believe not in a small God, but in a big God, bigger than what we can ever understand, and weaves a humility into our lives so we may know the way which leads us into the truth and gives us life. The light which has been such a part of this video reminds us from John's Gospel, where it says, "The light entered the world, the light which enlightens everyone." Notice not just some, but everyone. It's a mansion with many rooms.